What is happening? How you doing? My name is Jim Games Live, and I react to bands on the internet. If this is your first time, hello, nice to meet you. If you're back, welcome back. Good to have you. Today I'm going to be reacting to BLACKPINK, and the song is called How You Like That. Now, I don't know anything about K-pop or any of that stuff, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out what makes them so huge and what all the fuss is about. My dog Beans, who will not leave me alone, she's a huge K-pop fan though, so she's gonna be joining me for this reaction. She is incredibly smart, and she has a lot of insight to give in the musical world of K-pop, don't you, Beans? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to switch screens. But hey, if you're new around here, please consider liking and subscribing. I do this sort of thing all the time. Beans is here pretty often as well. And we also have a couple links down below. I have my community Discord, which is a great way to contact me and talk to other great music enthusiasts, and possibly even send me some links onto some music I should check out. We also have my Twitch link. I do live reaction shows. I do them over on Twitch. They're a ton of fun. We got a good group of people that put together some awesome lists, and if you'd like to send us some music, consider joining the Twitch down there as well. All right, so without further ado, let's figure out what this BLACKPINK thing's all about. Turn that up. Starting off with some
보란 듯이 무너졌어 바닥을 뚫고 저 지하까지 엊그처럼 잡겠다고 저 높이 두 손을 뻗어봐도 다시 캄캄한 이곳에 light up the sky 네 두 눈을 보며 kiss you bye 실컷 비웃어라 꼴좋으니까 이젠 너희 하나 둘셋
Boom! I already figured out the formula. All right, so this is it's like pop music, I guess, you know. But one thing that's really cool about K-pop music that I've discovered only after listening to like 2 or 3 bands is there is a bit of a formula behind it. The sound design is always really cool and interesting, but it's pretty easy to kind of guess what's coming up next because, well, I mean, the formula follows a basic dance pop routine. Oh, baby. Beans does not like that. Beans is saying, no, Jim. No, there's a lot more going on. You need to give them more credit. There's more things happening here than you know. All right, Beans, I'm sorry. We'll give it more of a shot here. But we're starting off here with some, I don't know, some horns, some brass instruments. We're starting out with this modulated bass type sound. It's starting low in the mix. It's a little bit muffled, I guess you could say. And we're about to be building into something. In fact, we're about to hear some sort of hook or drop right now. Let's take it back and see what we're getting ourselves into. I know, Beans. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Beans. Get hijacked, don't like me, then tell me how you like that, like that. 더 캄캄한 이곳에 shine like the stars. 그 미소를 띠며 I kiss you goodbye. 실컷 비웃어라 꼴좋으니까 이제 너희 하나 둘셋. How you like that? Okay. All right, let's talk about that. One cool thing that I do respect and enjoy about these bands is the sound design and the production value and everything like that. We're getting a lot of that when it comes to the instrumentations on this song, and we're hearing a lot of different modulated frequencies. We're hearing some interesting different drum tones that are changing from almost a Middle Eastern vibe to a classic, almost techno-y dance type sound. These girls definitely got some pizzazz, that's for sure. That's how you can tell I'm an old man. I'm using words like pizzazz. And yeah, no, it's definitely got some flow to it. It's got some nice little drops as well. It's got a cool little beat. The beat keeps changing as well. That's one thing I do like and respect about these style of artists is they're not afraid to change the sound or even change the key mid-song. So we'll see exactly what happens here. I'm assuming they'll probably change the beat up a little bit here as the song progresses because they've already done that a couple times by just switching out some of the drum sounds. The sound design on this is pretty awesome as well. It's almost whimsical in nature. They're using these interesting bass tones or arpeggios, and they'll actually just kind of change the pitch of it midway through the note, which is giving it this really nice springy kind of bouncy type sound. So it's keeping it fun. I haven't really been paying attention to the lyrics. I've only been hearing How You Like That, but I mean, they're definitely catching me. But let's continue our little jam over here. Beans, have I offended you too much? No, Beans says I'm still cool with the K-pop community, so don't get too mad at me. All right, here we go. See what I mean? It's kind of fun. See what I mean? They modulate the sound, they change the pitch, and it's cool. It keeps it springy, it keeps it bouncy and fun. It definitely makes you want to move. I mean, this is a song you want to throw on when you're on the treadmill. Take that back here just a little bit, because I don't think they're changing the pitch of the drums or anything. I think it's literally just that spring bass type sound they're using. And then they're accenting that by having some sort of a sweeping synth that comes through, also known as a stinger. They're using a couple of those there. And it just sounds cool. It sounds bouncy, it sounds fun, and I dig it. I dig it. For an old man who doesn't normally listen to this music, it's cool. It's cool. Let me take this back just a little bit, and let's listen to that, we call it modulation, a couple more times. Oh yeah, they're really messing with the frequency. Bring out the pop, bitch. Yeah. BLACKPINK. Dum 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 dum. How you like that? Dum 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 dum. You gonna like that? Dum 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 dum. How you like that? Dum 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 dum. Oh, that's it? Okay, all right, so that was the song. It's a nice little jam, sitting at 3 minutes. I'm going to take this one back a little bit so we get some imagery behind us while we kind of discuss some of the cool things. These little stabs here in the beginning made me think that we were going to be getting more of a, we're going to have more of like an orchestral type elements to this song. That is not the case. We had a lot of really interesting electronic sounds from the modulation of some of the arpeggios and bass spring sounds. It's just fun. It's bouncy and it's entertaining. What I enjoyed about this beginning part here is I like how they kind of switched up the language on us. Beans, you don't have anything to say yet. Just think about your thoughts. We'll get to them. And I like how they switched it up a little bit. They kind of just, introduced English and whatever other language they're speaking. And it's cool. Because what's interesting about that is, they have a different way of pronouncing things in different languages. And it just sounds cool and exciting. Especially to my American ears that's just used to English at best. I enjoyed how vivid the colors were in this, obviously, and just how fun. I can see why they're so popular. It's a lot of cool things happening. I guess it's a girl band. It's kind of cool. In America, we've kind of we've given up on the boy band and the girl band thing. But it seems like in other cultures and countries and stuff, like boy bands and girl bands are kind of like having an up and coming moment here. Now, you're going to have to excuse my ignorance here with all the K-pop stuff. I'm just not used to this kind of thing. It's just not in my wheelhouse. Now, does that make this bad or any less than or any less impactful or important than the music I listen to? Absolutely not. Because if this holds meaning to you and this is important to you and you enjoy this, hey, it's just as valid as any of my opinions anyway. I don't consider this bad music. I consider this very well-written music. I that it is cleverly written, well music, incredibly produced, and it's a pleasure to watch. Honestly, it really is. There's a lot of beautiful colors and imagery, and they even switch up styles too. They may have even switched a key at one point in the song. I wasn't really paying attention. Beans was distracting me with all of her nonsense. She's a super K-pop fan, like I said, and as soon as I even say anything bad about K-pop, Beans comes out and she'll start yelling at me. But I think I did right by Beans, and I think I did right by the honesty of one of my first experiences with K-pop, and yeah. If you have any K-pop or any more BLACKPINK or anything in this genre of music that you'd like to share with me to introduce an old, stubborn American guy with some music, I'd appreciate it. Drop it down in the comments. Let's start a dialogue. Let's do a conversation. Like I said, I got that Discord open if you want to join, and drop some links down there. That'd be awesome. And we always have that Twitch show that's always going on for live reactions. But this has been a lot of fun. It's been great experiencing some new music with you guys. But I'm going to call it a night. You guys have yourself a wonderful night. Bye-bye. Beans, say goodbye to everybody. Say goodbye to the K-pop kids. Bye, K-pop kids. Bye, K-pop kids. No, it's K-pop, not K-pop. She has got a bit of a slur. All right. See you later. Bye.